everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tabitha. Today's video is going to be a dewy, natural, kind of glass skin makeup tutorial. I'm going to be sharing with you guys some of the application tips that I think are going to be really important for 2019. This is really the vibe that a lot of people have been going for. This is kind of the skin that you see on celebrities a lot more natural, really dewy, glass skin that just looks very healthy and glowing. I just think this is an awesome makeup trend. I really love that we're getting more into this in the next year and that we have been getting more into it in 2018. So I'm really excited to share some of these tips with you guys today and talk about how I like to do my makeup when I'm going for this kind of look, which is more often than not recently. Be sure to subscribe down below if you haven't already. I've got lots of fun videos coming and maybe some vlogs as well, so stay tuned for those. I also want to do a husband does my makeup tag when I hit 2,000 subscribers, so please subscribe if you want to see that. That's going to be a really fun video. Give this video a thumbs up if you happen to enjoy it, and without any further ado, if you want to see how to get this really glowy, dewy, glass skin makeup, then just keep on watching. Alright guys, so the first thing we're going to start out with is skincare, and usually I would do this before a video or before I'm doing a makeup look on camera, but I just thought that I would show you guys today what I'm doing because this makeup look is really focused on the skin and the kind of glowy, dewy look. So skincare is a really important step of this. My face and lips feel so dry right now because I normally do my cream and oil immediately after I cleanse my face, and it's been a couple minutes, so it's feeling really dry. I'm going to use my Nourish Organic Face Cream. This is the Argan and Pomegranate. This is a really great brand, and I just love it. It's super natural and very moisturizing cream. And then I'm going to mix in a couple drops of a face oil that I have. You can use any face oil. So I'm just going to put a couple drops of that oil in there and mix it together on my hands and just go straight in. Oh my gosh, feels so good. I'm going to apply some lip balm. This is just the Burt's Bees Vanilla Bean Lip Balm. I like this one. It tastes or smells good and feels really hydrating on the lips. It's super affordable as well. Definitely another important step. Drink lots of water. Onto the actual makeup. The first thing we're going to do is apply a glowy moisturizing base. I know I just applied my moisturizer and put a little bit of oil in that as well, but we really want to add a lot of glow, and so I'm going to use makeup products that are actually meant for that. I'm going to mix my Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer along with my L'Oreal Lumi Glotion. I'm just going to do a little bit of each and mix them together. I'm just going to apply this all over my face. Hopefully you can see it on camera, but that Lumi Glotion really does add a really nice glow. It's nothing like glittery or intense, but it is a really pretty glow. I've got this little guy right here that really wanted to make an appearance, I guess. But I'm going to try to cover that up even though we are doing really light, dewy coverage. So I'm letting that kind of sink into the skin just for a second. And I'm going to take my LA Girl Pro BB Cream. This is a much loved product of mine, and I need to go get a new one because it's been very low for a while. I don't know how much is left in here, but it's not much. And I'm actually going to take that same oil and just put one drop in there. Just one drop. Don't want too much, but I do want to add a really nice dew. It really helps the foundation or BB cream or whatever you're using really blend nicely, and it just gives a very seamless, dewy finish, and I just think it's lovely. It is going to be obviously a lot more light coverage, but that's kind of what we go for with this kind of look. We will spot conceal then because I do have blemishes. I just don't want to start out by applying too much coverage and like go overboard. So there's a very minimal amount of product on my skin right now. I'm just going to blend this out with my beauty blender. Just kind of pounce it onto the skin and blend everything out, and then we'll see where we're at. It is going to be light coverage, so just be prepared. So I just changed my camera settings a little bit. It was looking a bit dark, so as you can tell, it is very light, kind of almost just like a skin tint to lightly even things out. I'm going to apply a little bit more, and I'm just going to take my finger and warm this product up. I'm not applying any more of the oil. I'm just kind of putting this wherever I need just a little bit more coverage, where I have some more redness, and like I said, I will go in and spot conceal then as well. We're just applying this more in the areas where I need a little bit more. And again, since this is such a light coverage product, it can only do so much. So I'm going to go in with concealer. I'm going to use the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. I'm just going to take this little sponge tip. I'm just going to start applying this to my actual blemishes and scarring areas. So there's some on the nose there, a little bit right here. There's not a ton of product on this little sponge. It's really light, so I'm still not applying too much. Some redness around the nose. I'm just going to go back in with that sponge. Start lightly tapping over these areas. We don't want to take away that coverage. And sometimes you do need to go back in and apply more over like certain blemishes and stuff. That's just kind of how it goes. But it's just important not to do that to like your entire face, I feel like. Now, it's important to remember this is glass dewy skin, but it's not necessarily perfect skin. You really want your skin to shine through how your skin actually looks, and you don't want it to look fake or overdone. That's just what this glass skin dewy kind of makeup look entails. So right now I'm gonna apply some of this Mario Badescu facial spray. I'm just gonna spritz this all over my face. A lot of people will do this after their concealer and powder and everything, but I find when I do that, my under eyes crease really bad. I have super bad like wrinkly creases underneath my eyes, so it does crease super easy no matter what concealer I use. And I always have to set it with powder. So I'm going to put some of this on my face right now before the concealer. So we still get that dewy makeup, and it can kind of allow for things to settle into the skin and melt together. I know a lot of people can do this after all of their makeup. That's amazing. But even when I use an actual setting spray and not just a facial spray, I don't know, it just doesn't work great with my skin. I'm going to let that sink in and dry. I'm going to go over my eyelids and under eyes with the sponge just to get rid of the excess product. I'm going to take that same concealer, put this underneath my eyes and on my eyelids. I do have very dark under eye circles, so obviously I'm not doing a big triangle. We just want to apply it where we need it, but I might have to go with a little bit more just in this darkness area here underneath the eyes. I am actually just going to take the NARS concealer to go over that spot there because it doesn't seem to want to disappear. I feel like that other concealer is maybe not quite full coverage enough for this very aggressive spot. I'm telling you, the NARS Soft Matte Concealer, if you want something to cover stubborn blemishes, it's amazing. I'm just going to apply a little bit more of the Instant Age Rewind right here where I get more darkness. Now I do have to set my under eyes with powder and a sponge. This is just how it works for me. If I don't do this, my under eyes will look like I'm way older than I am by the end of the day. It just is how it is. I've tried so many combinations. I'm going to use this RCMA powder. I also love using the Real Technique sponge to set my under eyes, so I'm just going to look up. I'm not like baking under there or anything. I'm just pressing that powder into the skin, and I'm not putting it anywhere but right underneath my eyes where my creases are. And then I'll just go ahead and set the eyelids with just a little bit of powder and a makeup brush. Just using this small one from e.l.f. And then we're just going to set that little blemish right there. That's all the powder I'm using. I want to keep the rest of the face looking really dewy, so I'm not going to set anywhere else. At this point, I have the coverage I want, but my skin is obviously looking one-dimensional and kind of flat. So I'm going to go in and add some warmth back in. I'm going to use my Milk Makeup Cream Bronzer. This is in the shade Baked. This one fits me really well. The shade is really great, and I love the formula of this. I'm just going to line this up a little bit and apply it right here in my cheekbone area. I don't want to bring it down too far because as it blends, it'll go down a little bit, and you don't want it to look muddy on the cheeks, so keep it high. I'll apply it to this area as well. Still want a good bit of warmth on the face, so take my e.l.f. bronzer brush. This is just the big e.l.f. stipple brush. Just blending that and buffing it out. Alright, so for blush, you could use a powder blush for this. Absolutely, you don't have to use all cream products. I really think there's a way to make this work, this kind of look. It's not really so much about the products that you're using as it is about the way you're using those products and how you're applying it to the skin. I think that's really important. So I'm actually going to be using some lipsticks for a cream blush today. I thought this is a really cool technique. I've seen some people do it, and it just seems like a really great idea if you don't want to go out and purchase a separate like cream or liquid blush. I know there's a lot of great ones on the market, but I just don't personally have any right now that I really like. I definitely want to try some more out, but for today I'm going to be using a lipstick. So I have the Revlon lipstick in a cream finish. This is in Pink in the Afternoon, and I have this CoverGirl lipstick in the shade Delish. This is number 255. This is also kind of like a creamy satin finish, I would say. So I'm actually going to just do a little swipe of each of these right here on the back or side of my hand, and I'm going to mix them together actually. I'm going to do, this one's more nude, and the Pink in the Afternoon shade is a little more like peachy pink. So I'm going to first mix those together with my finger. Creates a really nice peachy shade. And then I will take a little brush, just like the one I used for setting my eyelids, but this is a different one. So I'm just going to tap into that product there on my hand. You can see that's a really pretty like nudie, neutral pinky shade. Really lovely. So I'm just going to go into that and start applying that to the cheeks really lightly. It's always best to start small because you can definitely build. I'm just stippling this onto the cheeks. We're not swiping too much because I don't want to remove any of the product underneath. I'm stippling this and blending it out. Like I said, you don't want to start off with too much because you can easily go overboard, and if you just start with a small amount, then you can always build if you need more. Now that that's really well blended, you would never be able to tell it's a lipstick. I'm going to kind of move on to the eyes now. So I'm not going to do much for this. I'm keeping it really natural and simple, but I do want to do a little bit of something. I'll do highlight at the end, but I'm going to start off with this Touch in Sol Metalist Liquid Foil and Glitter Shadow Duo. This is what this looks like. This is in the shade, I'm honestly not even sure what the shade name of this is. It says number 2 Aldora. Maybe that's the shade name. It just says that underneath the product name. So we'll go with that. This is a really pretty bronzy shade. I feel like the glitter side is really messy, but it is beautiful. It's just messy. So I'm going to use just the liquid side today. I'm just going to put this onto my eyelids, a little bit of it. I'm going to start off with that, and I'm just going to blend this out with my finger. Now, just so that there's nothing harsh there, I'm going to take the ColourPop Single Shadow. This is a Super Shock shadow in the shade Waddles. This is just a really pretty pinky, sheeny shade. It doesn't really have like a glitter or shimmer to it. It's just a little bit illuminating, which I think is really pretty. So I'm just going to take this blending brush right here. I'm just going to dab into that and just apply this right into the crease. Just kind of in like a stippling blending motion, just to blend together with that first shimmer shade so there's nothing harsh. And then I'm going to go over that with just a light layer of another ColourPop shadow. This is the shade Light Up. This is a Super Shock shadow as well. This is limited edition, I believe. It is in collaboration with Kathleen Lights. Talked about this in my favorites video. It's absolutely beautiful. Go pick it up if it's still in stock. You won't regret it. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this on my finger and do like a light layer all over the lid. This is really how I like to wear this product because it gives like a dewy wet lid kind of look, which I personally love. Just going to bring that even up into the crease and just kind of blend that in with my finger, blend it into that other shadow there. So we have like a glossy, dewy vibe going up into the crease. And this is like a really pretty peachy, pinky shimmer shade. The pigment doesn't come up a ton if you are doing a super light layer, but I personally like that. So it's very like glittery, shimmery, pretty look. I think I might put a little bit of Waddles on the lower lash line really quickly just to add a little bit of something there, but other than that, we're going to keep it pretty bare. So that's barely anything on the lower lash line. Now for the fun part, I'm going to do highlight. I will do brows at the end because that is just how I prefer to do my brows. I don't like anything messing them up or anything interfering. I'm going to go straight in and apply my highlight. I'm going to use this Morphe brush and my Essence Pure Nude highlighter. This is super natural and dewy and glow from within kind of vibes. It's really, really pretty, but I'm going to put a decent amount on. I'm just going to apply this first to the cheekbones right here. You don't necessarily need a cream highlight for a really dewy, beautiful, natural vibe. I'm really blending this as I'm applying it, if you can see, because I feel like this is a really great technique for your highlight to look really natural and pretty and just like dewy glass skin. I actually learned this from Mariah Leonard. A little bit to the tip of the nose, right here in between the brows / bridge of the nose. I'm going to apply some to the forehead as well. I love dew everywhere. Especially since this is a really natural highlight. It's not going to look overboard or crazy or like we're just applying tons of highlight. It is a really pretty product. But since this is a powder highlight and I really want the cheekbones to look super dewy and glass-like, I'm going to take this e.l.f. Targeted Natural Glow Stick in Fresh Morning Dew. This is literally just like a clear gloss stick. It's more satin than glossy. It's not super glossy, but it's kind of like a satin finish. And it's just like a clear highlight, I guess, that you could just apply to your skin when it's completely bare and you don't want a lot, but you want a little bit of like dew and glow there. But I'm going to take a little bit, just go over the top of the stick there. And I'm just going to literally tap this on top of the highlight that's on my cheekbones. Just lightly. Kind of to make it look more like a cream highlight and have more of that like wet look. I think this is an absolutely beautiful technique. I just love the way it looks. I've heard Samantha Ravindall say that she does this just to kind of make a powder highlight look a little bit more like a cream. We're going to do brows, lashes, and lips for the finishing touch. This is kind of the order I like to do my makeup in. I'm going to brush through them with a spoolie. I'm going to start with my L'Oreal Brow Stylist Plumper. This is a really great brow gel. It does not get clumpy in the lashes or apply way too much product, which I think is one of the main reasons that it's one of my favorite. I'm just brushing this through the brows, brushing upwards to make sure that the brows look really natural. I'm just going to start by applying this brow pencil in hair-like strokes. That's what I'm going to do. I don't want it to look unnatural. Going upwards and back, brushing through as we do them. Brush them down and kind of go over the top arch area here. And do that in like hair-like strokes as well. Create a little bit of an arch. I don't really have an arch to my brows at all, so. Same thing to the other brow, and we will be back. I'm not going to film all of this. Alright, those are the finished brows. I'm just going to take my Essence Pure Nude Highlighter, so I don't forget later. A little brush. Highlight my inner corner. And just a bit right here on the brow bone. We're going to curl the lashes. I'm going to apply some Maybelline Total Temptation Mascara. In order to keep this makeup look really fresh-faced, I'm not going to apply any mascara to the bottom lashes. If you like yourself better that way, absolutely go for it. I just kind of like this look. I feel like it looks a little more awake and bright. I don't know. That's random. But we're going to do lips now, and I'm going to be very light with this as well. I'm just going to take my Milani Color Statement Lip Liner in 04 All Natural. This is so little now, but I haven't used it in a while, and I absolutely love this lip color and the formula. I just feel like I've been trying not to use it because I don't want it to like disappear, so I just haven't been using it, but I need to use it and just finish it up. I'm filling them in a little bit as well. Now I'm going to take this Ulta Beauty Juice Infused Lip Oil. I love this. This is so glossy and pretty and amazing. It just looks absolutely beautiful on the lips. So I'm going to take this. This is in Cranberry and Pomegranate. I'm going to put this all over the lips. This literally just makes the lips look wet and juicy. And there's no like sparkle in this. There's the tiniest bit of pink pigment, but even though it looks pink, there really isn't pigment like this that comes off. It's pretty much completely clear, with just the tiniest tint of color. It's barely noticeable. I absolutely love how this looks on bare lips with nothing else underneath. It looks so good, but I just wanted to add a little bit of something extra today. And then I will take just a little bit of this ColourPop Ultra Glossy Lip. This is Ellery times ColourPop. This is in the shade Stilo. I talked about this gloss in a dupe video that I did about the Fenty Gloss Bomb, which is my favorite gloss ever. This is just a little bit more shimmery and sparkly, but it's almost an exact dupe, and I will leave that video in a card right up here so you can go watch it after you watch this video if you haven't already, because it's been getting a lot of attention and a lot of people seem to like the dupe. So definitely check that out if you've really been wanting the Fenty Gloss Bomb but you don't want to spend the money. Just going to apply this right in the center to add a little bit of a sheeny, sparkly glow. And alright you guys, that is it. This is the finished dewy, glowing, natural skin makeup look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something from it. Hopefully I helped you out. Hopefully you can see how glowy and dewy this is on camera. I absolutely love this makeup look. I think it's so pretty, and I think this is really what we're going to be seeing more of in 2019, so that's why I wanted to do this video. So for the question of the day, let me know in the comments down below what makeup trend that you think we're going to see more of this year, what makeup trends you're excited about. I would love to hear from you in the comments down below if you have any in mind, and also give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Be sure to subscribe down below if you haven't already. Turn on that notification bell to be notified when I upload new videos, and also you can follow me on my other social media. They will be linked in the description box down below. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!